UK Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the exciting season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Strap yourself in because we're about to get started for this wonderful tournament. Let's go. Hello everyone, thrilled to have your company this week. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action out on the course. The course looks pristine, the crowd is buzzing, and we're glad you've joined us for this exciting day on the course. We're going down to the first hole now. And as our focus turns to our featured player, it's worth noting that it appears they've entered into some sort of rivalry with none other than Brooke Henderson. I can't imagine how that's possible, Henny. She's so delightful. What could they be up to?
Luke, I don't understand what's going on here. As you said, Brooke Henderson is one of the sweetest humans out there. But she's also one of the most talented. Golf is her native tongue. I just don't know what this featured player's up to.
Thanks, Henny. Can't wait to see the outcome this week as our featured player tries to take down Canada's Brooke Henderson. Okay, he's got that one in the air, heading out onto the fairway, and that's going to set the tone for the day. Standing over his second shot. That is a pure-looking draw. Yep, that shot safely on the green. And he's down there. You got a read?
A tricky little slider here, downhill, moving to the left.
An opportunity to make a par here. He's currently tied for fifth. The second hole at player Sayona Rich, less than 500 yards, but is a par 5.
Par 5 that meanders from right to left, just a bunker down the left-hand side you have to think about. Other than that, it's a pretty generous landing area. Second shot, green sits above you just a little bit. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side. The bailout's going to be to the left, sitting below you. All in all, though, a very generous par 5.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Lining this one out from fairways. This one's got to break a long way from the right.
and a relatively good putt from that distance.
Big breaking putt right there. She didn't quite get the break spot on, but just short work left for her birdie.
Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Well, it looks like it's about 24 feet to the cup from here.
Oh, a 9-foot chance here. A chance to make a birdie just slides by. And that should secure the par on this one. Now that'll hurt. Free putting in for par. And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The third hole at Playa Sayona is just a picturesque par 3.
Yes, water down the right-hand side will certainly come into play. Bunker front left and long left also could see some action. This is a beautiful, picturesque, but difficult par 3.
Going with the 7. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
Ooh. Let's get back to it, shall we? And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. John, have you got a good read on this one?
It's looking like left to right putt on this one.
This one's come off the blade pretty nicely. And that's going to be a pretty good outcome, that one, in the circle of friendship. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. That's a great play at a great time, because they've not only moved up the leaderboard, they've now moved one shot in front of their rival. And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. Rich, the 4th hole is a beauty, a short par 4 where there's so many options.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
That one's heading down Broadway. That's tidy. This putt is for a share of 2nd. Just a short putt remaining here. And as we check the standings, our leader has a 1-stroke advantage. Well, the 5th hole at Playa Sayona is every bit of a par 4 as you're ever going to see.
Luke, I believe the name of this hole is Diablo Feo, the ugly devil, because this thing is dastardly. It's ghastly. Bunkers down the right-hand side off the tee, water all the way down the left-hand side, the entire length of the hole. I wish I knew exactly the best way to play this hole. I don't, but I do know that 5 is a pretty good score.
Well, Rich, I never went to university, but Tiger Woods has basically been my thesis. The young man's 18 days older than I am, and it has been an absolute privilege to witness his greatness. What are some things that stand out for you in the legendary Tiger Woods?
I just think it's, I mean, you just look at the history of what he's done, where he's won, the number of times, the, you know, doing the impossible and doing it right in front of your eyes. Like a magician kind of going, well, wait, how did that happen? No, that can't be. And yet, time and time again, I'll never forget, I think it was the second time I'd ever played with him. It was actually funny enough. I was playing with him because I beat him at the PGA Championship in '02. But we go to the Grand Slam of golf, and it's the second round. And he's beating Justin Leonard, Davis Love, and myself by like 100 shots after, you know, 24 holes or something like that. I mean, he was just running us over. And we get to this par 5, and it's right back in the teeth. And I just absolutely busted drive out there. He hits one about 30 by me. I have to lay up, obviously. And the pin is kind of back right, water all the way in the front and to the right of this green. And he pulls out driver, hits it off the deck to about 6 feet. And I just kind of sit there and look at my caddy, and I go, how come you didn't tell me to hit that shot? And he just starts laughing because, like, we don't have that shot there, Rich. And it's just like I couldn't believe what I saw. I mean, normally you think he's going to hit out to the left or lay it up or this and that. He just takes driver and just whips this sucker right into the heart of the green about 6-10 feet away, whatever it was. And I'm just like going, I mean, it was really hard getting the grass out of my teeth because my jaw was just scraping along for so far walking down that fairway. I mean, that's one small fragment of the many stories people can tell you about what it was like to witness him playing in person when he was at his best.
Oh, almost made an eagle. And this putt to move into a tie for first. It certainly makes putting easier, doesn't it? And with it, he moves to 1 under par. And that makes him tied for first.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Well, after using the driver for a few of the holes, Rich, it's time to get back to the long irons, I see, off the tee at 7.
Just a layup required with either a long iron, hybrid, fairway wood, anything to keep it out of that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. You do want to challenge it, however, because you want as little club or distance into this green as possible. Island green with trouble everywhere.
That's nicely done. Playing from around 150 yards here.
When I was a little kid, I loved to draw just like that shot.
And that one's on the dance floor, but a long way from the DJ. A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Yeah, it's really tough to see, but it's going to be straight and then just switch left.
That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And after that hole, he's ahead by just a solitary stroke. The 8th hole, Rich, a spectacular par 4 here at Playa Sayona.
Great tee shot here at the par 4 8th. Bunkers left, bunkers right. And you got a green in the distance. It's also surrounded by bunkers left and right and a waste area deep of this green. This is a beautiful setting on a beautiful golf course. Great hole.
From about 130 yards here. That was a beauty.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
so close. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Still in the lead now after that hole. Rich, we're on the 9th tee here at Playa Sayona.
Yeah, we've got waste area down the right-hand side, water in the distance. Driver probably not required off this shortish par 4. Second shot carries a water feature to a green just sitting there in the distance. Very receptive. You're thinking birdie all day long.
That was wonderfully done. Second shot here on the 9th hole. That's a nice looking shot, that one. Just fading back into play. This is a lengthy putt here. Ah. 6 feet remaining to the cup.
This one is for par.
And that's going to come up short. And this one will be for bogey. So far so good, but it's only early days, Rich, in this rivalry.
Up early on their rival, which is exactly where you want to be, but a lot of golf still to go until the end of the tournament.
Well, there you have it, Rich. At the end of the opening round, he finds himself in first place.
Who doesn't like to be the leader? It's always good. No matter the first round, you'd rather have it the last round, though. But I got to say, good start.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time for the final round. Let's head out onto the course. Hi everyone, I'm Luke Helvey. Lovely to have you with us today once again. And Rich, as this final round gets underway, our featured player is at the top of the field.
Yes, he's got the lead and needs to keep things steady heading into this final round. Should be a great day of golf ahead of us, Luke.
We head out to the 10th hole now. He's been playing beautifully all tournament. Got quite a healthy advantage. Let's see if he gets the job done. Currently -5. Good shot there.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
These putts really add up at the end of the day, right on 12 feet. And he's down there. You got a read?
Just a smidgen to the right, this one.
That's disappointing. It failed to reach the cup. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Currently 5 under overall. Here we are at the 11th, a par 4. Lovely effort that. Here we have the second shot into the 11th.
A nice little draw. Nothing sweeter.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 20 feet from the cup.
That one's going to turn out pretty well, I think.
It's a lot slower going up the hill than what this player read.
He's currently sitting in first place. We've arrived at the 12th, a par 3.
It's just another unbelievably beautiful hole on a golf course full of them. Just a couple of bunkers on the right-hand side you have to be mindful, but don't get sucked in the beauty of the ocean on the left-hand side, which is very difficult to do. Enjoy this hole. It is a beauty.
Oh, good look at a birdie here. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt's going to break to the right.
Oh, that rushed past the hole with some serious speed. 9 feet to the cup.
Who doesn't love a par putt?
Surely it's going to.
And the par putt just slides by there. That's disappointing. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Welcome to the par 4 13th hole.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green. It's just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Lining up from the sand now. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
Very crafty, that shot.
Love watching this player around the greens.
putting for a bogey. And now dropping to 3 under for the tournament. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole.
Everything about this golf course is beautiful, but it's got teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader. And he's down there. You got a read?
Yeah, this putt's going to just veer off to the right-hand side.
Ooh. This is a par putt. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Hole number 15 is a par 5.
That waist area down the left-hand side is going to see a lot of action as players do not want to make the mistake of hitting it in the ocean to the right. A layup from there into a very small section of fairway leaves a 3rd shot to another green and an outcrop of rocks on the ocean. Another stunner.
Sitting at -3. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent. Just taking a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
Luke, I really don't think this is going to happen, but you know what? I've been wrong before, and it could happen again.
And that putt will end up short. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. And the putt drops, now at 3 under, heading down the stretch.
And anything can happen down the stretch. Let's see what takes place.
Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. So miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your 2nd shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got 190 all the way back here.
That is a touch of class.
What an approach shot there. Brooke Henderson's wheels are turning after that shot, and she seems to be taking notice as this rivalry heats up.
And another one goes. And with it, An increase of his lead. And that will take him to 4 under. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Here we are at the 17th, a par 4.
Only the long hitters want to take on that waste bunker down the right-hand side. All the others out to the left-hand side. And there's an opening here that players might want to think about chasing their golf ball into, because this second shot, ooh, it is dangerous.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This one's 31 feet out.
That's disappointing. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. And a touch of frustration popping in there as the putt just missed the hole. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. This 18th hole is a par 3.
And what a wonderful way to finish. Again, just a picturesque par 3. Water left, so the bunker and the waste area on the right is going to see a lot of action. Players will be delighted to walk off this par 3 with a par 3.
You see that one just drip back on the flag. Opting for the 5-wood. This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
He has this putt to win the event. John, have you got a read on this one?
Well, the putt starts straight enough, but as it gets towards that hole, it should take a turn to the right.
Not the end of the world. There's another chance here to close out the victory. Oh, that's a beauty. What a way to cap off a victory.
Luke, the victories, winning never gets old, but this is getting out of hand, isn't it? Another victory on the season.
But Henny, that was some impressive play. To take down a rival of that caliber and to win the event, what a performance.
Oh, absolutely. They silenced the giant today. They got the job done against the odds. We shouldn't ever have doubted them. There was some spectacular golf out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elving, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.